Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead! Wait, wrong war. You may be surprised to hear that there were actually torpedoes during the War of 1812, but probably not the ones that you're thinking of. I'll be very honest about this half-assed research I've done about the torpedoes during the War of 1812. I imagine it would be some kind of harpoon device that could be shot through the water and had a little explosive on it, and there was like some kind of line that could be ignited from a distance that would cause the explosion. But feel free to look this up for yourself, because I'm more focused on the event that these torpedoes took place than the actual torpedo itself. It's July 1813, and the War of 1812 is raging, and the Chesapeake campaign by the British has started the past February. Soon to be commanding officer of the USS Constellation, Charles Gordon, is in Baltimore, Maryland, where he meets this inventor named Elijah Mix. Elijah Mix had recently developed a floating mine in the Patapsco River in an effort to help support the war against the British, and so Charles Gordon, he thought it would be a good idea to have this inventor come down with him to the Hampton Roads area and help the war effort down there in Virginia. What Elijah Mix had in mind were these torpedoes, but these torpedoes weren't originally his idea. They belonged to a Robert Fulton, who Fulton tried selling the idea to both the British Royal Navy and the U.S. Navy, but he ultimately failed to do so, and so he kind of put that idea on the side. Elijah Mix saw potential in these torpedoes, and so he developed them a little bit more. Elijah Mix planned to use torpedoes for the war effort down in the Hampton Roads area, but he needed a stationary object in order to shoot his torpedoes at a direct target. And lucky for him, British Admiral John Warren had ordered the HMS Plantagenet to be anchored close to the Cape Henry lighthouse, and so Elijah Mix, he had his target. Around midnight, July 18th, Elijah Mix and two volunteers rowed out in the Chesapeake Revenge, which was a small open boat, towards the HMS Plantagenet at the cover of darkness to shoot the torpedo, but they were spotted by lookouts, and so they had to abort mission. 2 nights later, July 20th, Mix and his two-man crew once again tried to shoot the torpedo, and they managed to get close enough to it, like point-blank range, but what do you know? They got spotted again, and so they had to flee again. They say third time's the charm, right? And so July 24th, Mix and his two-man crew tried for a third time to shoot the torpedo, and they didn't get nearly as close enough as they did the second time. But they managed to get the torpedo in the water and shoot the torpedo. But there was a current that came and threw the torpedo off course, and so it hit the side of the HMS Plantagenet. It detonated prematurely, and it caused an impressively massive wave, but it did little to no damage to the actual target itself.